Hello YouTube, this is The Bucket coming at you today with my Palmetto State Armory Micro Dagger review. So in SHOT Show of 2022, Palmetto State Armory released the Micro Dagger, and in 2023 the Micro Dagger actually released to the market. Now what the Micro Dagger is it's a Glock 43X clone. It goes along with the Dagger line, which is a way to get inexpensive Glock clones that are going to be reliable and going to cut a couple of corners, but it's going to get the price way down low. So when I purchased this firearm, a Micro Dagger costs $350. A Glock 43X is going to cost you $550. So they're going to have to cut some of the corners, and you get a Glock 43X type gun at an inexpensive rate. Now, these guns have been selling off the shelves as quickly as they can get them in. So, funny little story, when I went and I was kind of going to the site on a regular basis to see if I could get a a Micro Dagger, every time I saw it, it was sold out. I wanted to bring one to the channel. I wanted my viewers to see this particular gun. So one time I checked, they had it. And on top of that, they were running a special where you could get it with a 407K red dot for $500, which I was like, man, that's a really awesome deal. I ended up having to run some errands, so when I got back, the cool ones that had the green slide on a black frame had already sold out, and all they had left was this FDE one. So I jumped at it because I wanted to bring this to the channel. Now that being said, I am not the biggest fan of Glocks. I'm not the biggest fan of micro compacts, but I wanted to bring this to the channel and show you guys what you have. So here it is. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the specs of this particular pistol. It's going to come in at a 6.5 inches in length. The barrel length is 3.41 inches. The width is 1.1 inches. The height is 4.7 inches. And it comes in at 15.5 ounces. Now, how does that compare to the Glock 43X? It's got the exact same length. It's 0.09 inches shorter than the Glock 43X. The width is exactly the same, and you get this in at 2.2 ounces lighter, which is nice. Now, one of the things that PSA and Micro Dagger did is when you get a Glock 43X, you don't get mags that are 15+1 on a capacity, because the shield magazines that will run in the gun at 15 round capacity won't work with the plastic magazine release that Glock 43X comes with. So when you want to get high capacity in a Glock 43X, you got to change out the magazine release and then buy more magazines. So what PSA wanted to do was come up with a way that you could get that high capacity out of the box, which is nice. And the way they did that is you have this metal housing, but then they put this plastic cover over the front, so the plastic magazine release and magazine catch will work with the high capacity magazines. So when you get this gun, you will get it with one magazine. We'll talk about the downsides of the way Palmetto State Armory does their magazines here in a minute. You'll also get this gun, but it won't have the red dot attached to it. It won't have it mounted on it. So they will give you a bag. This is the bag it comes with. It will have the 2 screws, and it will have the tool that you will need to mount this to your gun. I was kind of upset by that, but then I thought about it, and there are some benefits to the way Palmetto State does it. The benefit is you do get the plate that covers this up if you ever want to take the red dot off. That is kind of nice, and a lot of manufacturers, if you get a gun with a red dot, it doesn't come with the plate. Also, often when you get a gun that has a red dot, it doesn't give you the box and the goodies that come with the red dot. So, you know what, Palmetto State, I like what you did there. But if you have never mounted a red dot, just think about that. You're going to have to do that, which means you'll need some accessories like this Fiocchi green dot bore sight. I picked this up for like, I think it was 12 bucks on Amazon. I got it with a green laser, which does help with bore sighting. So just know, if you're going to get this gun, you're going to need an accessory like that to be able to get this gun ready. It was easy to mount. Like I said, it had the tools and everything that you need. Unfortunately, YouTube demonetizes videos if you mount red dots to them. So let me know in the comment section below if you'd like to see how that's done, and I'll just make you guys a video that is demonetized. I don't have a problem doing that for you guys. So when you get this gun, it's a Glock 43X, which Glock 43X's point really well. They're very easy to operate. The features are really nice. The magazine release is easy to get to. The mags do drop free. They don't pop out like a metal mag would, but that's okay. That's not a deal breaker by any stretch of the imagination. The slide stop, slide release is easy to get to, yet it's really melted to the side of the gun, which is going to make conceal and carrying really easy, not a lot to catch on. I'll tell you the finish isn't the greatest, and after racking the slide a few times, I will tell you that the finish on the barrel is already starting to come off, which, you know, is less than ideal, but isn't going to change how the gun operates. I do like the fact that the 3-dot white sights do co-witness through the red dot, which is really nice that you have that available to you. I like the fact that the red dot that comes with it is a 6 MOA dot. Tanfolio and Oscar and I were a little surprised. I don't think, you know, we've done much with 6 MOA dots. That dot is big. That dot is huge. But that dot does make for quick, easy follow-up shots. The accuracy of this gun was really pretty awesome. There's 3 shots right there on a 2-inch circle. Had a couple flyers right here, but that's a lot of accuracy that you're getting out of a really good, inexpensive price. So PSA did a good job on this particular one. I'll tell you again, the grip texture of this frame is not very aggressive, which for me isn't a problem. You know, I live in Kansas, so yes, we get hot, but you're not like constantly muggy and sweaty that you're gonna fear that the gun is gonna slip out of your hand. I do like the fact that they put a little bit of grip texture here on the frame, so your thumb has a place to grab a hold of, because micro compact pistols are going to have some recoil to them. You're going to want something to be able to get a good purchase on that gun, and they did add that on there. Again, not super aggressive, but it was really pretty good. I will tell you that the trigger is, you know, it's a Glock trigger, maybe not as good as a Glock trigger, but, you know, some people and some YouTubers they'll fixate on the trigger and they'll fixate on the quality. I will tell you that really it's about where the bullets go and where you can get the bullets to go. The Tanfolio, Oscar, and I all did not have problems getting the bullets to go where they were supposed to go to. So while it isn't as good a trigger as, you know, an H&K trigger, as a Walther trigger, I will tell you, you can still get the bullets to go where you need them to go. So if you're looking about getting a budget gun, you know, you're going to have some things that are not as good as some more expensive guns. And if you're willing to train with it, you know, you can get those bolts to go where you want them to go. So I will tell you that Takedown is just like a Glock takedown, not very hard. Just go back on the slide a little bit and do these. And that comes right off. You will see that it has a dual recoil spring, which is nice. And then you've got a barrel that attaches, and the lug itself interfaces with the slide here. As you can see, this is not getting any pinging. It's still flat. It's still pretty good. You know, it's going to do what it's supposed to do. It's an inexpensive micro compact pistol. So reassembly is just like a Glock 43X. Go ahead and put your recoil spring back on, put your slide back on the frame, and you're ready for some more pew. So if you're thinking about getting this firearm, I'll tell you that the way that Palmetto State does the prices are a little weird to some websites. So if you see this, it's going to say this is $499.99. So when you get it, when you add it to your cart, they're going to charge you shipping. And they're going to charge you tax, which is going to cause the price to go up. If you want to get a second mag and you order a second mag like I did, they're not going to ship that to the FFL. They're going to ship it directly to your house, which means they're going to charge you shipping a second time. So for some of us, we look at the price, we think, hey, I'm going to spend $500 on the gun. By the time I got my second mag, by the time I paid all my shipping, by the time I paid all my fees, by the time I paid tax, I ended up spending $625 on this gun. Which, if you compare what you would have to spend on a Glock 43X to get a new magazine catch, to get shield magazines, to get a red dot, to pay your FFL, to pay your taxes, this is a lot cheaper than that. So it really is a good deal, but don't look at the $500 and think you're spending $500. So for me, this was $625 take home for the package without the bore sight. But I will tell you, I think I got more than $625 value out of this particular gun. One of the other things which is pretty cool is I did call CYA. They do have a holster for this, so I'm going to hold on to this gun for a little bit longer. I'm going to get the CYA holster. I'll do a separate review on the CYA holster, and I'll bring that to you guys just shortly. So I do want to thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. All the likes, the comments, the shares, they're really appreciated. And as always, you stay classy, YouTube.
Little middle baby bucket. Do you want to live in California?
No!
Why?
Because I'm not a communist.